I'm going all in with this ARP. And so what I did is I strapped it to my thighs and my calves every single night.
Can I ask a question? Like, what was it that motivated you for that? Was it just to kind of recover, or did you have some injuries, or what was it that motivated you to actually start utilizing the ARP?
So the recovery was my biggest concern.
Okay.
You know, I had this, my thought to myself was, if I can get done by this time every single day, my goal was under 2 hours for every half marathon. If I could get to this time frame and hit this number, then I could take my son to school. And so I had to get it done. And so recovery was everything. I still have to perform, you know, regardless. Like I still have to do it, but I have to do it in a mature way too. I can't just blow myself out on one of the runs. Mm-hmm. So this was solely for, I'm going to turn off the pulse. I'm going to dial it all the way up to 100, and I'm going to sleep with this thing on all night long. And
for the one thing
yeah.
So just basically just for pure blood flow. Okay, good.
And I didn't ask Colin if I were sleeping, if I pulled one of the cords, if I would have gotten electrocuted or I would have felt a pulse. And I just kind of went to bed with one eye open the first night and then realized it didn't happen. I was like, okay, we're going to be good.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I woke up the next morning, the first after that Monday, first half marathon, I woke up Tuesday morning and I turned on my music and I started moving. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Legs are normally stressed out after a run. Even if it's a half marathon, it's a half marathon. They're stressed out. They've just gone under a lot of pounding into the ground. And I was ready to go. And what I'd learned through this process through the week is that I increased my speed, which was insane. In fact, I increased my speed so much at the last run that I ended up falling and fracturing my tibia.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it was a stress fracture, so I kept going. But ultimately,
of course you did. You're a SEAL.
I'm not going to let the other guys get the best of me. Yeah. But that was one of the pivotal moments for me where it's just, it proved it 1,000 times over. This thing is so effective on multiple levels, but this specific level, blood flow for recovery, especially, you know, whether you're doing a half marathon or you're just trying to recover from the post-workout, it was one of those things where I was hooked. I was like, okay, this is going to become part of my regimen. Mm-hmm. And so we consistently do that. We brought the ARPs with us on the plane around the world. I mean, after knocking out marathon after marathon after marathon, guys are hooking into them. And it just became this religion to them. You know, like I need this as part of my training cycle. So for the high-end athlete or the person who's going hard and then has to do recovery, it's like, it's a no-brainer. It has to be part of the regimen. Mm-hmm. But for the everyday user, I'm that person. I'm not the guy who's going to go out tomorrow and run a half or a full marathon. I hate running. I don't, unless I am legitimately chasing my kids, I don't like running distance. I like running short sprints, gaining something from it. But even that comes into play where you're, you know, working different types of muscle groups. So this is effective across the board. Mm-hmm. And so for me, this partnership was like the greatest thing that had come because we didn't have too many technologies that came towards us that really showed proof in the pudding. We did have a few, and they came and they went. And that's okay. I mean, they're designed for what they're doing, and I wish them all the best. But this one was truly effective for what we were going for was what products can we give to the struggling person, the veteran, the first responder, somebody who's crushing themselves, to give them an edge to get back to where they need to be. And this was it. It was awesome. If you lift weights, it's crushing my muscles. I mean, it's absolutely destroying my body because it's just something I haven't done. They've been sedentary. And so using this again as the recovery, get blood flow going, try to break down some of that stress and that swelling and release that, get it to go away quicker. Also, I did remember that Colin said that if I'm sitting on the computer, I could be typing and gaining a six-pack at the same time. So I'm working a little of that magic in too. When you run a lot, you gain weight in one area only, and that's in your stomach. They say trail runners never have good bodies because they can run for days, but that fat stores in their stomach because it's got nowhere else to go. Yeah. And so I'm going to work on my six-pack. But no, I mean, honestly, this regimen, you know, it can work for any level of fitness, you know, whatever you're looking to do. Yes, you can gain muscle. You can do recovery. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. For me personally, I want to get myself back to where I was when I exited service, where my body was at its strongest point, but I'm not huge. I know what my good resting body weight needs to be in order for you to be able to, you know, what Alex, my special operations buddy, says, eat, sleep, and communicate, you know, or eat, sleep, and move now, he says.
Mhm.
And so I want to be able to do that and I want to have longevity with my life for my children, because we do only have one shot at this. And I've done enough damage in my past career to now it's about making up for it with my body, treating it right, and seeing how far I can go.